welcome back to Sorare Sunday, and we're looking at the weeks from 10th of March to the 16th of March. So let's have a look at what happened this week. Okay, starting this week at last weekend, we got 9 out of 43, which was $5 in cash, which ka-ching, and 23 essence with 2,000 XP for cards. I've not really used it. I'm not sure how much I'll use the essence. Not the essence. I'll definitely use the essence. I'm not sure how much I'll use the XP just yet. I think I might just save it up and then I'll figure out who I want to level up and stuff. But let me know if there's a way which like you're supposed to be focusing in on or something like that, because I'm not really 100% sure. So, how did we do? Specials with cap 250. We didn't do too well, although Korsh, I can never say this guy's name. Korshchavnili, I think. Korshchavnili. Very, very wrong, but I tried. Got a goal and 132. He's starting to show up again. He had a really rough patch of, I think he got injured, he came back and he wasn't doing that well, but he's smashing it now. And Frederick Hilberg getting an assist. Other than that, nothing too fantastic. The MLS specialist, I knew a lot of these players probably wouldn't play, so I kind of just put a team together to see maybe they might surprise us. They didn't, so nothing there. And then nothing from the All-Star as well, although Sobrion getting a goal, and Sandy Walsh getting an assist, so not too shabby. With Iana getting a 75 when I captained him. That team actually not looking too shabby. If we'd had a goalkeeper, potentially we might have got something from that. But All Stars always really difficult. It's 25,000 people go for it, and you have to do really, really well. So I don't think I would have got anything even if we had a keeper who'd played. Premier League, really frustrating. 2 points. Nottingham Forest beat Man City, which massive result for them. They're doing really well this season. Going to probably have Europe next season because of how well they're doing. Sells getting a clean sheet, Hudson-Odoi getting a goal, but it just wasn't enough. Like Elliot Anderson really didn't play well apparently, so only got 35. So yeah, we only got 2 points from that. Away from actually getting, we would have got XP, which I wouldn't have been crazy about. I think I'm glad we didn't get the XP because I don't really know what to use it for. But well, I know what to use it for. I just don't care that much about leveling up my cards. But yeah, we've got 5 essence. I would have been happy with that, but wasn't to be. 18 and 20 away with these other two. Like, we're so close. It's so annoying. But yeah, got an 80 with Damsgaard and 94 with Wan-Bissaka. So those are the two standouts. Everyone else actually doing fairly average. So you can see why we didn't win anything. Classics, 19 away with this team. 105 away with this team. We were well off. That's fine. And the Ipswich team, who lost to Crystal Palace to 1 goal, I think we're done. I think Ipswich might be relegated. It was nice while it lasted. They've tried their darndest, but it's not happening. And I'm going to come to terms with that because it's so painful to keep cheering them on and hoping beyond hope that we're going to stay up. But hopefully, maybe there's a chance that they still will. But for me, I'm going to say if they get relegated, it's fine. Let's regroup, come back stronger in a couple of years' time. So yeah, nothing that... I mean, actually, 2 of our teams got relegated there. So might actually be good for us. Might mean that it's easier for us to get some sort of rewards, you know? La Liga, we did better. Got 2 500 XPs from these teams. Villarreal actually played this week, and Sillerson, I think is how you say it, got an 86. Did very well with a clean sheet against... it wasn't a clean sheet. 1 minute. Penalty saved. He saved a penalty against Betis, even though they lost. Anthony getting an 87 again, proving he is an absolute goat when he's in Spain. And Man United probably misused him. And then this team doing okay. Like, I'm surprised this team actually got something, but, you know, I'm happy for it. Luca Bacchio is a really good striker. He seems to be absolutely on fire. I mean, unfortunately, he didn't score here, but he still got a fairly good score. So, interesting with La Liga getting better for me. So, what's even more interesting, Bundesliga, which I kind of a few months back kind of wrote off. I said I don't think I'll invest that heavily in Bundesliga. I got Atubulo as a keeper from a I think it was an Essence poll or something like that. And since I had him, I was like, I could probably make a full who's he play for again? Freiburg, yeah. I could probably make a full Freiburg stack fairly cheap because the expensive thing is the keeper. And I did. I think I put this all together for under a tenner. So yeah, not too shabby. And we got ourselves $5 back. So we're nearly breaking even if we can get another 5 from this team. But he's been absolutely on fire. He's a great keeper. Doan, I think, is a great midfielder as well, like kind of very attacking minded. And then I don't know about the other 3, but they seem to be playing well, so I'm happy for them. In the other team, we also got 5 Essence because Walter made finally breaking his streak of just playing awful. Got 126 score. Jackson Irving getting an assist and a 75. So we got that with a defender which didn't even play. So what else could we have got? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's annoying that we didn't have another defender. But I think Muller is no longer I think their first choice keeper is back. So Muller's not going to be playing from like this week on, which is annoying because it was nice having 2 Bundesliga keepers that actually played. So I might look at getting a non-in-season cheap as chips. So if you have any suggestions for a Bundesliga keeper that's as cheap as chips and not in one of the relegation teams, because I would like to have them for a few years playing in that kind of role, let me know. That would be really handy. MLS, we actually didn't do too shabby actually this week. We're starting to like nail down a good starting team within like the first 3 in seasons, like the top 3 in season teams. My keepers all doing great. Tagada, Coronel, and Willis all getting 70s to 80s. One of the top performers was Lamborda getting a goal. And Kai Rolls, who moved from Hearts, he was playing for Hearts this season, and he's moved to the MLS for, I think is it DC? Yes, DC United. Got a 78 after being captained as well. So that one got us 3 Essence. Happy with that. And then we got 500 from 500 XP from this team here as well. Nothing from this team because we had a defender which didn't play, but 67 points is not too far off, and I think it's going to be a fun MLS season for us to see if we can build a little bit, maybe with Essence pulls or box pulls, or just getting some cheaper cards on the market and seeing how we do. So I'm looking forward to the MLS stuff. The classic things we didn't do too well with. So Jordi Alba, though, not doing too shabby with an 83, and Logan Farrington getting a goal and a 90. So not too bad. With Champion, we didn't get anything much apart from 500. No one really stepping out and being amazing in this team, but just everyone doing fairly well. Fairly good, apart from Doam, I think is how you say it, getting an assist. In this team, I'm surprised and not surprised, so because we had a player who didn't play and another player who shouldn't have played from the looks of it, 'cause he got no goal. But we got 108 with Cambriaghi. And Calabria got an assist and a 65. So we were really like unlucky with our defender and midfielder pick to not get something from that. But we got 61 points away from reward. And our other in season got relegated because no one really did that well. And our keeper even got sent off. So there you go. So Siviera not doing great for us there. Nothing in our classics, but 1 point away in this team is the height of frustration, isn't it? 94 were for a captain D'Alessandro. Anthony Lopez doing pretty pants. Semenyo not doing great either. McTominay doing okay. 58 is fine. And Tielemans doing okay with a 61 as well. With Challenger, we got 10 Essence from our Fortuna Sittard team. Branderhorst is apparently back and doing well. he was dropped for quite some time. I don't know if it's injury or he was just because he was playing quite poorly before. So I wonder if it was dropped because he just wasn't doing good enough. But 72 with a clean sheet, you love to see it. Guth getting a last man tackle with 104 and Peterson getting 120 with a goal. The one that's just surprising me is Lorient or Rosier. He's usually they're like kind of top performer, but he didn't even start and he came on and just did okay. So I don't know if he's back from injury and they're just kind of trying to ease him in, or if he's got some performance issues or anything like that. He just seems to not be firing on all cylinders yet. So it's a bit of a frustration. So much so that for this weekend we're now in, I've dropped him. I've decided it's not worth the risk that he might not even play. So I've not done a full Fortuna Sittard team. So we'll see how that works out next week. But hopefully it will pay off. The other two teams not doing anything. And then our classics not doing anything either. Even though, look at that. Antman getting a goal and 2 assists with 110. I didn't captain him. Should have captained him because Broom, I think, must be injured because he's been playing great. There's no reason why they wouldn't drop him. Maybe rested. But playing him, we were still 100 points off a reward, though, even though we've got a player of 110 in there. The other guys not pulling their weight. Kenneth Taylor getting a goal and 113. The only goal to save Ajax. They're not having a great season. It's been very on-off for them. And we have a non-in season, a classic, Branderhurst again. So he played well in that team as well. Contender, we were so close with a few of these, 22 and 27. Oh, no, 1 minute. Not with that one. 27 we were close with. 22 till safety. They got relegated. They were not close to anything. Anderson being the standout, getting a goal and a 90. It's good for a defender. And Ronivaldo's been dropped. Why didn't he play? I'm surprised. He is getting on a bit. Maybe his legs aren't able to play every game. But Theo Val's showing why he was my player to watch a while ago. Getting another good score. He's consistent. Definitely worth a shout for contender if you're looking for a good consistent midfielder. And then David Hill getting a 76 and a clean sheet. I've always liked David Hill. I feel like he was, when he was in La Liga, he wasn't given a fair enough shout, but I'm glad he's doing well in the second La Liga. And Felhauer again, an 84. Our classics, not doing anything too amazing. Michael James getting a goal and 104 though. Another defender scoring. Their defenders are doing the biz at the moment, aren't they? And Netta Lavi getting an assist and 107. So we've got some good J-League players. Just need to try and figure out what teams to put them all in, sort of thing. Because I'm still trying to figure out who's been dropped, who's been sold, who's like maybe been promoted up to first team player and stuff like that. It takes a few weeks for it to like kind of settle in. In the under 23s, John Duran scoring for what team does he actually? He plays for Ronaldo's team. I can't remember. Al Nassr scoring 2 goals in some Asian Cup, I think it was that they were in. But yeah, he did really well, getting an 84. And then our defender that we captained got a 92. Mehestu, I think. Don't quote me on that. But we got 5 essence for that. 30 points off on this team, which they all did fairly well, got in the 60s and 50s, you know. So they did all right, but just not. We needed one person to have like an outstanding score in order to get that reward there. And this team, although we had an assist and a goal through Inyaka and Shunisima, I think it's Sunsima, isn't it? You don't pronounce the T. Nothing from it. And then my classic Alexander Isaac did not do well. Got 24. Salah did great, 2 goals, got 127. Trent did all right with an 85, and then Becker and Sloboslai just wished that they probably hadn't played, so it wasn't anything from that. And we continue to try and get something from the European Classics competition, but I don't think we ever will, to be honest, unless we have a blinder one week, but it's not happened yet. Moving into midweek, it was Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. This is going to be really quick. Didn't get anything for this team, although Gus Till got an assist. So Till hasn't really been playing that often, so it's good to see him back with an assist in a 66. In this one, Rashford with the assist in 82. Alessandro, he's a great defender, by the way. This Alessandro for Lille. He seems to always get really high scores and play really well. He might be one of my players to watch at some point, but not yet. But yeah, he's definitely one that I'm going to keep an eye on. And he might even be worth getting like an in-season next season for. I think in-seasons now aren't worth it because we're so close to the end of the season. But next season might be worth one to punt on to like build up a champions team. But yeah, Neto didn't play, so I even think if a keeper played, we wouldn't have done that great. It was a very hard league to get there. This one, on the other hand, I'm gutted that we like this 48 closest reward here, 14th closest reward here. Like we were so close with a couple of these. Anthony getting a goal and assist again, proving he's the GOAT. He is the GOAT in Spain and in Europe apparently. Getting 141, probably one of the highest scores I've ever got. Klopp Miners getting a goal against Spurs with an 87. Kenneth Taylor getting a goal, the only one for Ajax again. Like I said, they're struggling this season. But unfortunately, the Yuri Bass didn't play, and Osu Oraduru did not do well against Tottenham. He conceded 3, so got a 12. A little bit different, and it could have been a very different day because AZ did beat them in the first leg. So I was expecting AZ to come out and absolutely smash them, but Tottenham knew what they were doing. But in the next team along, we had 2 goals and an assist from Kustias, and Solanke got 2 assists with 114 because he was captained. I just needed a defender. If I'd have picked a defender that would have played, even Aaron Buru, who got sent off, but no, I would have been 1 point off, then I'd been even more annoyed. But there was definitely, if I had moved Penetra, if I'd have used him instead here, we'd have been laughing. We'd have got another reward, but it wasn't to be. Nothing from the under 23s. No one really standing out there. But we did get something in the special classics. Not really sure what this, just a classic special. It doesn't say what the thing was, but Al Hamidi from Ipswich getting a goal for Stoke. The only goal to get them the win, getting an 80 rating. Ainsley Maitland-Miles getting a 99, and everyone else just doing okay, but that was enough to get us a box, which is pretty happy times. Jordi Alba getting another great score of 104. He is definitely a good MLS defender to get, even if you can get like a classic card of his, pretty handy. And then for the Europe, I got closer, I think, this time. Yamal getting a goal and assist, Salah getting a 62, Alexander-Arnold not doing great, Olise not doing great, and Perry doing fairly well, 71 with a clean sheet. So I think different defender, different midfielder, and it would have been a different sort of score. But Liverpool struggled against PSG for sure, so I wasn't expecting that. So I thought they might have enough to win it. They didn't. But that's what happened this week. We're going to now go on to see who my player to watch is. Okay, to kind of finish up my contender suggestions, because I've suggested a striker, a midfielder, and a goalkeeper. We're going to finish up on a defender, and that defender is Michael James. Now, this is a very different suggestion for me, because he is not exactly a youngster. He's 36. But look at his scoring. He plays regularly. He plays well. He gets goals. He gets last mind clearances off the line. He gets assists. He's a good player. He's hilariously called Michael James. Looks like that and is Japanese nationality. I don't know what's happening there, but I love that. Having 2 first names and looking like the most English bloke you've ever seen, and he's a Japanese national, is quite hilarious to me. But yeah, and he plays for a team which is doing fairly well. Albrix Ngiata, I think is how you say it. And you can pick him up for pennies. 84 pence from just a manager, or if you want to go straight from Sorare, 167. And he's just like a fairly consistent and good if you'd have him in season, so he's a good contender player that could play in your like J League stack, let's say. So yeah, he's my shout for player to watch. Hopefully this has been quite helpful, like kind of for the contender. But let me know if there's any other sort of specialized players to watch you'd like, maybe MLS or like other like what's the other one before Challenger? Maybe a Challenger one as well, or an under 23s. Just let me know what you're thinking in the comments if there's any players to watch you'd like to have suggested. But that's it for me for that bit. So let's go on to what's in the box.
What's in the box?
And Rivals continues to save the what's in the box section, because we have 12 Rivals boxes to open and one limited box, which we won in the midweek Euros, European Champions League and everything. So I think most of these Rivals are going to be tickets. I just skipped past one. But we could be lucky and get some Essence. Like I said, there you go. Now you might notice I'm already absolutely balling it in Essence. Got 55, so loving it so far. But I'm undecided about something, and we'll talk about it after we've finished opening these boxes. And it's what to do with the Essence. So for now, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to do an Essence pull today. Okay? And I'll explain why. I'll explain why now. I've been getting every time T5's 20 pulls, right? But for a T3 it's 100, right? And I seem to be getting quite a lot of Essence each week, around about 20 to 30 Essence, which I think is quite a lot, to be honest. It's obviously not like 500 territory, but it's enough to be like, you know what, we can pull an Essence card most weeks. But what if we waited and saw what we get for the 100 T3 pull? It might be an interesting kind of what's it called, like experiment to try, just to see if there's any benefit in saving up to that 100 mark, or if we should just keep doing the T5 pulls, because that one T3 plus pull is equivalent to 5 T5 pulls. So we could just keep pulling the 20s and we'd get 5 cards, or we could save it and get 1 card, which is more likely to be a decent card. So let me know what you think in the comments. I am personally on the side of saving up for the 100 because we keep getting the 20s. So you've seen plenty of 20s being pulled on my channel, but we haven't really seen any 100s being pulled. And I think maybe the next one to do, if saving does work out, is saving up for a 500 T1, which is going to take a lot longer. I don't know if that is actually worth it, but the 100 is very attainable within probably about 2-3 weeks, depending on how it all works with like new game modes and stuff like that. Because obviously Rivals will be going at some point. 5 Essence, there you go, smashed it. So we now got 63. So we're closer. We're very close to getting a 100 pull. I don't think we're going to get 40 Essence in this box, but we're very nearly there anyway. Do you know what I mean? I think a good week this week, 1 Essence. So we've got 64. So a good week this week, and we're basically there with a T100 pull for next weekend to do that pull. So let me know what you think in the comments, if you think that's a good idea or a bad idea. Also, something that will help is the weeklies, I think they are. Yeah, weekly things which they're bringing in. So I already had about 90 collection score for one of the teams in the K-League. So I just brought one of their cheapest players, and I managed to get 20 Essence from doing that. Now, 20 Essence for a 200 score in any MLS team. If I have a look at my collections, I go here. I have the New York Red Bulls, which is on 150. So if I buy 2 cards, I think it is straight from So Rare. The bonus that you get for each of them will give me enough collection score to get 20 extra essence, which then puts us up to 84. And we only need like 20 odd from this weekend to get enough to pull. So let me know what you think. If you think that's worth it, if you think that actually the 100 isn't worth it, at the moment we have to do a T4 pull anyway, because you can't like choose which one. If it goes over, you have to do the one that's like that's there. So we can either do a 50, or we can, or do we not bother with the T5s and do T4s more regularly rather than the 100? But we'll try the 100 next week, hopefully, and we'll see if that's worth doing. So that's my thought process with that. We're now going to jump on to NBA. Okay, so with NBA, not too shabby. We've got 2 boxes to open. And they, I think, mainly came from Daily Hoops. So if we have a look at the last week, we only had 1 game week that was playing through. And that was... Oh, no, wait. We did have this one, which ended. So let's just check this one. Got a tier 2 common card, and that was it. But we were close. You know, 29 points wasn't too shabby. 37 points for these 2 teams. And yeah, I think that was probably it. 27 from this team as well. So we're getting there, but just not quite, you know. I'm a bit disappointed we only got a tier 3 common from this common. You kind of want a box or something more from this. You want to get up to here, do you know what I mean? But with this week, we got nothing. So it's even worse. Look at these commons not doing the biz. 11 points to reward, 24. And then in the limiteds, we were actually further away, I think. Oh, apart from here, 1 point. 1 point to the closest reward is insanely annoying. I would rather have 21 points, which is still quite close, because 1 point is so close. It's just so... You can reach out and touch it. But yeah, it wasn't to be. But we go again, and we have 9 more teams set up for this one, and we're good to go, and we're hopefully going to get something for the next week. But Daily Hoops did well for us. If we go back, so yesterday's we got 2 rewards. We got 10 common essence and a 1-star box and a 2 tier common from this team. This team absolutely smashed it. Look at them. Nothing from limiteds. I don't think we get anything from limiteds ever, but it's just fun to put a team together to see if we can. 4 points off here, 20 common there. Then once it loads, there we go. A 1-star box from this one. So both of our boxes came from the Daily Hoops, and a tier 1 card here. This team was outrageous. Top 9% did great. And then 10 essence for commons there. I love that you still get essence, even if you don't do that great with the commons. It means you can build up a bit of a like common card catalog, and then you can start getting some good scores in your Daily Hoops and getting like boxes that you can pull, which is always great. And then a 35 from this team, but nothing else from the rest of them. So that was this week. We're still getting the hang of NBA. We're still figuring out what's going on, what teams are playing well, what players are doing well. But I feel like we're doing a lot better than we were at the beginning of the season. So I'm really enjoying that like kind of growth that we've got with this. And then we have a look at the boxes. Let's open them up and see what we get. 3 essence. Oh, we're so close, aren't we? I don't think we're going to be close enough this time, unless we get an absolutely booster amount, which we didn't. So we are 5 away. So hopefully this week we will have enough, we'll gather enough essence to do a T4 pull for NBA. I think I will do a T4 with this one because it takes so long to gather essence for me that saving up to 100 just would be insane. And we just hope that we get a good card. But no pulls so far for this video, so apologies for that. But next week we should be having a big pull with the 100 essence. And we should see how it goes. But next week as well, we'll have internationals which are happening. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out because I do actually have a fair number of international cards. So hopefully we might see some more rewards from that, but we'll see. Also next week we have MLB starting, Major League Baseball. I have even less knowledge of Major League Baseball than I do about NBA, but I would like to give it a go. And I'm not really sure when the actual season starts. I think the cards are just on sale. I'm going to see about getting common cards. I'm not going to buy any limited cards yet because I don't know any of the players or anything. And I don't know if I'm going to enjoy playing Major League Baseball so rare or not. So we're going to try it out and we're going to add it onto the end of this NBA bit for now. And we might make it its own section. But for now, we're just going to check in and see if we do like maybe the dailies that happen for NBA, but for baseball, and see how we do. So let me know in the comments if you're excited for this, if you're going to try it out, if you love baseball and you can't wait for this, or if you've never really thought about baseball but you're going to give it a go, or you don't really care and you're not going to give it a go. Let me know in the comments where you're at with it. And thanks for watching. Remember to come back next week to see more Sorare Sunday. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.